Hey guys, happy 2016. So today I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of products that I've laid out here that were my favorite or that I discovered and have really become a core piece of my collection for 2015. Let's just jump right into it. So first I'm going to be starting off with more like body, skincare, some hair care type things. So the first thing I want to mention, which I've mentioned many times before, is the Lush Mask of Magnanimity, and it looks like this. And I really love this mask. I get really bad cystic acne, so I love using I get really bad cystic acne, so I love using this kind of as a, what's the word for it? A maintenance type product. So instead of just using this as a mask that I rub all over my skin and let dry, that's not really my favorite way to use this. I like using this as more of a spot treatment. I'll put it on a spot and then I'll go wash my face maybe 10 minutes later. Or when I'm in the shower, I like to use this and really scrub the skin with it and kind of use it as more of a face wash type scrub. But I love this. It's minty and I feel like it really does exfoliate off some dead skin and help my skin to stay clear. Another couple of products I've really loved this year are the Pacifica Seafoam Complete Face Wash and also the Dreamy Youth Day and Night Face Cream. I love this line because it's all vegan, cruelty-free. There's no animal products in these, and I love the face wash. It gets off all of my makeup. It smells really good, and I love the moisturizer. It doesn't have any SPF, so I love this more for winter, and it is a little bit heavier for the winter, which I love because I have extremely dry skin now this year. And I just really love it. It's a little bit more pricey of a line, but you can get it at Ulta and use a coupon. For the summer, I did love the Simple Light Moisturizer, and this does have SPF 15, so I loved this for the summer when I was a little bit more oily, and it did have the SPF that I liked. For hair, I really loved the Carol's Daughter, this is the Repairing Hair Mask. I loved using this for a conditioner. I would put it in my hair in the shower, let it sit about 5 minutes, and then let it wash it out. And it smelled really good. The scent would stay in my hair for a few days, I felt like. And this year I also discovered Lush shampoo bars. So this one is the Brazilian shampoo bar. This was like about twice the size when I got it, but I've used it probably about 50 times. I'm not really sure. I've had it at least 3 months, and they are a little bit more pricey. They're about $10, but you're not wasting plastic with shampoo bottles, and you're also getting many uses out of this, and I feel like I'll probably have at least another 30 to 50 uses out of it. And it is really nice. You just lather a little bit in your hands, or I just rub it right on my hair a little bit, and it does lather just as well as any other shampoo. So I've been loving this, and it smells amazing. This year I really discovered the Fake Bake Darker, and I love this shade. It's very natural. It's the darkness that I want without having to do 2 layers. And I've been trying a lot of different self-tanners this year, but this one is the one I keep going back to, and I really love it. Now moving on to makeup type items. The first couple things I've really been loving and have loved for at least a couple of years now is the True Match Lumi. I have this in a bunch of different shades. I've used up a bunch, repurchased it, and I already have to repurchase this in a lighter shade as well. But I just love these now that my skin has kind of transitioned into a lot drier of a complexion. I don't really know how to say that. My skin used to be really oily, but now it's very dry. So this foundation is perfect, and it has great coverage, and they have such a really nice color range. I've also really been loving the Bare Minerals just original formula. I've gone through 2 of these. I think this is a smaller size, but I have gone through 2 of the smaller sizes. So I love this foundation. I'm wearing it today. It's so natural, but it also does offer good coverage without being too heavy. Concealer I completely used up, or I think this one actually kind of went bad before I can finish it, but it's the Pro Conceal, and I think this is in the lightest shade, Classic Ivory. So I'm going to pick up a couple more of these. I have a bunch of other shades that I just keep in my kit for anybody else I have to use them on, but I just really love this concealer, especially for under the eye. Some lip products I've been loving is the Hurrah Lip Balm. This is in the Moon Balm. These are great because these are vegan, raw, and organic, and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I try to only buy products that are at least cruelty-free, and if I can get vegan, I will. And I love their lip balms. They're a great company. Anytime you buy a couple balms, because they are only online, they usually throw in a sample of another balm that you can try. And actually, I would always buy the coconut ones, and I think those are like the main line. They're cheaper. I think they're like about $3.50. And then one time they threw in this one, and this one I think is about $4.50 or $4.75, which is a little more pricey, but it has a little more ingredients, a couple of better ingredients in there, and they threw it in there to try as a sample, and I loved it, so I've repurchased a couple more since then. I'm not a huge lip product person, but I have been in love with these e.l.f. matte lip colors. They're so easy to apply. I'm wearing 2 of them today. My favorite by far is the one in Natural. It's just a very light dusty pink, almost similar to like a MAC Angel or a MAC Cream Cup type shade, and that's what I have on my lips today. They're matte, but they're not super matte. They almost have a little bit of a sheen, and they're kind of a satin, so they're comfortable, but they're not going to rub off right away. And then a lighter nude is the shade Coral. It's more of a coral color. I have that in the center of the lip. And my third most used shade is Tea Rose, and it's more of like a light purpley shade. But I absolutely love these. I have even more of them, but these are just 3 of my most used shades, and they are only $3. So I love these. You can get them at Target. A blush favorite and a bronzer favorite are my Victoria's Secret bronzer. This is in Glowing. I'm really sad I'm mentioning this. You know, it's always been my favorite bronzer, but this is discontinued, so I'm gonna really have to find something that I love. But you can't get this anymore, but I just have to mention it because it's my hands down favorite bronzer ever. So there's that one. And then my favorite blush for this year has really been my Becca Beach Tint, and this is in the shade Watermelon Moonstone. So it has a little bit of moonstone kind of veining through it, and then you kind of mix it together to get a really nice blush shade. That's what I'm wearing today, and it's really long wearing. It's very natural because it is more of a cream mousse type consistency, but it's really, really nice. It smells really, really nice, and it's nice to just kind of throw in your bag, even if you are going to the beach or just going traveling and you just want to bring like a mascara and a blush. I really like this. So a couple eye products I've been loving has been hands down, this is like kind of been beat up a little bit. The pot cracked a little bit, so I put some tape on it, but it's the e.l.f. Smudge Pot, and this is in Cruisin' Chic. I have it on my eyes now, and I didn't even set it with a powder because it's very long wearing and it's very beautiful. My friend's actually getting married, and I'm going to use this for her wedding, so that's kind of what it looks like, and I've used it up a ton, and I think again this is only $3. I have another shade in it, but this shade is just so beautiful. It's just a soft taupe with a little bit of gold and pink kind of veining through it, and it's very, very nice just to blend out all over the lid for work or wherever you're going. Another one I've been loving is ColourPop Mittens. This is such a beautiful deep brown, and I have that just in the outer corner a little bit blended out, and these are so beautiful to blend out, and they last so well, and I'm just in love with this shade. Another item I've been loving from e.l.f. was another thing that was just kind of sent as a sample, although unfortunately it did just break a couple days ago, but I still really love it. I have noticed that my under eyes are very sensitive to putting powders down there or even any type of long-wearing waterproof liner, but this I think is just kind of a cream shadow, but I just run this under the lower lash line. I have it on again today, and I just set it with a tiny bit of a matte powder, and it doesn't move anywhere. And this is in the shade Turkish Coffee, but I really like it. It's really big, so I can just run it right under the lash line and blend it out really easily, and it's just fast, and I don't get any powder in my eye, and then my eye doesn't get irritated like it normally does. I really couldn't decide on a specific makeup palette. I have one that's really stood out to me, but I did really have to mention my Z palette. This one specifically is from Makeup Geek. I got it for Christmas, and I have all kinds of shadows in here. I honestly love depotting shadows just to make a lot more room in my collection, but a couple that I've hit pan on, this is I think Maybe Later by NYX. I love this shade. This is Morning Light by L'Oreal. I absolutely love this one as a highlight. I've not found anything better, and I'm wearing that in the inner corner today. I don't know if you can see. And then this is just a nice neutral shade from Wet n Wild, and also this is another NYX shade. I'm not really sure what it's called though, but I've had it for a really long time and I love their shades. So these are all Makeup Geek, Coastal Scents, Hot Pots, just some random shadows I've had. and NYX. And I love having this palette. It has everything I need, and it's just so nice having everything all in one spot. Another palette I've absolutely loved that I got very as soon as this palette came out, I got it. So I have had it for a good majority of the year. This is the Mi Vida Loca palette from Kat Von D. And I am someone who is not afraid to wear color, so I will wear any of these shadows anytime. And I just found that of all the palettes I have with color, these are the best texture, the best blendability. Even the shades that can be just historically difficult to blend out or have pigmentation, such as the blues or a red shade, they have very good pigmentation, very good blendability, and they're just outstanding. And I just love the palette. It was a really good deal. I think it was about $60, but considering all the shades that you get, I think it's a great deal, so I just had to get it right away. And I think just the fact that she added the neutrals in here, it's a palette that I can use every day. Even if I just go in with, you know, this crease shade, put this on the lid, and then just deepen the crease with a bit of this, I can use this palette for anything. Or even if I wanted to do a neutral look with like this shade, put this to deepen the crease, and then use, you know, this kind of duochrome pinky shade on the lid, you can do unlimited looks and always come out with something beautiful with this. They're beautiful textures, beautiful shadows, and I am so glad that I picked this palette up. I've also been in love with combining the They're Real mascara, which has definitely been a favorite of this year. This was kind of a hard purchase for me because I usually never spend more than $8 for a mascara. I love spending just $5 grabbing a mascara or just getting a sample of a mascara and using that. But I've really been loving this. But as soon as the They're Real tinted primer came out, I got a sample of it from Ulta, and I've just been loving the combination of the two. I used it today and I love the effect that it gives. It gives you a lot of volume, and I feel like it just makes whatever mascara you use with it just cling to your lashes and just build up very easily. So, in a good way. So I have been loving the combination of the two. As far as any type of liquid liner, I've been loving the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. This is matte. So anytime I want kind of a matte winged liner, I reach for this one. And then anytime I want a little more of a shiny liner, even though this one isn't super shiny, it's more satin, I've been reaching for the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. So I have been loving these, whether I want matte or a little bit of a satin finish. For brows, hands down, I don't think I'll buy anything else for the rest of my life unless something comes out that's better and cheaper. But I have been loving the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I have this in 2 shades, but I personally have been loving the shade Black just because it's dark enough and I like to have dark brows, and it's ashy enough. So I had chocolate also, but that was just a little bit warm for my liking. So if you have kind of like ashy dark brown hair, I'd highly recommend the black shade. I think you'll love it. And that's pretty much it. I just want to finish up with a couple of brushes. I've been in love with the BH Cosmetics face brushes. These came in a kit of 4. This is just one of them, but I love all 4 of them, and I highly recommend it. I'm not sure if they still have it on their website. I'll try to link it down below if they do, but this is an amazing brush kit. I bet they're comparable to Sigma. I mean, they're stiff enough, but they're also soft enough that they're going to blend out everything, and they have flat top ones, angled flat top ones, pointed kabuki. Like, they have 4 different styles, and I think they even have mini concealer brushes that go along with the set as well. But these are just amazing. I reach for these over anything else, and I don't spend that much money on brushes, but these are high-end quality, and I have just used the absolute poop out of them. A couple eye brushes I really want to mention that I've been loving are blending brushes just in general, which are amazing, but 2 that I've really been loving from IT Cosmetics are, the first one is the number 105, the Airbrush Blending Crease. This is the best crease brush. It's very, very soft. It picks up pigment perfectly. Ooh. And blends it out very, very nicely, and I'm so glad I bought this brush. I'm the type of person that I'd rather just get a couple e.l.f. brushes and just pay a couple bucks, and this one I think was about $14, but I just used points on it, got some money off even then, or I think it's $16, somewhere in there, but even then it's very worth it. This one I got on Black Friday. This is the 119. I knew how much I liked this one, and I kind of saw how this one is sort of like a blending type brush. It's just a little bit wider, so you can kind of just go over the crease. Kind of same thing, use it for concealer, any type of powder work. And I love this one as well. It's very, very soft, and I never thought it would be worth to pay more money for high-end brushes, but these are extremely nice and I love using them. I already have repurchased a couple more of these ones just so I can have them and I don't have to watch it all the time. One brush that has really changed my makeup game, because I do have hooded eyes, is definitely the e.l.f. crease brush. When I ordered it online, I was a little bit disappointed when I first saw it because you can kind of see the size of it compared to, you know, like a regular crease brush. But that ended up being the best thing because it's perfect to, if you start first off with a light blending shade and then you want to define the crease a bit more with a deeper shade, this is perfect to just get right in here and really concentrate the color, but just gently blend it out. It's been my favorite, and I have like 2 or 3 of them already, and I highly recommend you try it out if you have issues with just blending everything everywhere and getting it all over the place, which is me, and then it just turns my natural brown smoky eye into like a black smoky eye that's everywhere. Try using a smaller brush. It really will change your makeup technique. And that's all I have, so hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please, I'd love to start a conversation in the down bar about your favorite products, or if any of these are something you've tried before and you love, or you haven't tried before and you might want to. If you want any additional info, I'd be glad to talk about it. So thanks again so much for watching. Good luck for the new year. I hope it's amazing for you, and good luck with work, family, friends, relationships, whatever you may have this year. I hope you have a great year, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.